up guys, I'm Cheney. Welcome back to my channel, a place where you can find all things self-development, lifestyle and intentional living. If you're into creating ease and simplicity in your life and you're on a journey to become a better you, then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. This week I'm going to be sharing with you my monthly budgeting sheet and how to use it. This sheet is essential for me to achieving my financial goals. And I use it all the time, like literally all the time. It helps me to track my money, to plan my money, and also to make sure that I'm able to handle any financial curveballs. I will be showing you all of the formulas that I use in the video so that you can also maintain this spreadsheet yourself. Hey guys, so here is the spreadsheet. This is what it will look like when you get to it. I have left a few comments on bits just to explain what they are, but you won't be able to edit this. Obviously I can right now because it's my spreadsheet. So what you're going to go to do is you go to file and you're going to do make a copy, or equally you can press download and download it as Microsoft Excel if you have a non-Mac and you want to do that. But if you want to keep it on Google Drive, you can just press make a copy. Which is loading. Okay, brilliant. So I usually do a year's worth of monthly budget. So each time I've done a month, I'll duplicate it and then update it for the next month and then duplicate that. So what that means is that also all of your formulas should duplicate. You might just need to pull some across, which I'll show you in a minute. But I like to have mine done a year in advance because I can also input in advance things like car insurance, because I do mine annually, MOT when that's due, and like I put in a ballpark figure to put aside for that so it doesn't like when I get hit potentially with a big bill if stuff's gone wrong. Birthdays I'll put in there so I know that I need to keep some money aside for birthdays coming up and gift buying, etc. If you don't already do a monthly gift buying pot, which I did explain in one of my other videos, I'll link that down below. But yes, so this is the spreadsheet. So I'll start by putting in the month. So what are we in? April. Well, at least I'm in April when I'm filming this. So I'll put in my year and I'll also change the sheet name to the first 3 letters of the month and the first 2 digits of the year, so April 20. This is important. I keep this formatted because some of your formulas will reference other sheets and tabs. The reason for doing this is so that when you update one field in one sheet, it will then like backlog update the rest of them if they are a linked field. For example, your savings pots. Again, I'm talking about things I'm not showing you yet, so let me show you. So first we have income, okay? So this is all of the money that you have coming in. So the one that will be the same every month will be your job. And let's just say you earn £1,500 a month for a job. I appreciate that maybe you might be a student and part-time, so that might be less than that. That's absolutely fine. This is just supposed to show you what you've got coming in. If you're self-employed or a freelancer, you might find that you've always got different amounts coming in. I'd put every single job that you do down here and all the individual amounts that you will be receiving in that month. Appreciate this might be a little harder to plan if your income comes in at different points during the month. If you are self-employed or freelance, it's a bit easier for me because I'm employed, so I get paid the same time every month, so I know I can arrange my direct debits to come out the day after or the following Monday, the closest Monday after that, and everything like that. So if you are freelance or self-employed, you might have to tweak this a little bit, but it will still give you a great overview of your money. So job 1, if you do any ad hoc jobs, let's just say you do some cash in hand, work for someone, or maybe I don't know, you help someone out and they give you some money, I'd put that in here too. So let's just say, I don't know, you help someone move and they cost you 75 quid, whatever that would be. Or if you're on benefits, for example, and you get money in from benefits, I'd put that down here. I don't know. I'm not on benefits, so I don't know what the usual amounts for that are, so forgive me, but the point is that all of your income goes in here. So some months you might just have one, which is your job. Other months you might have others. For example, if it's your birthday and you get given birthday money, I always put my birthday money in here because I factor that into how much money I've got for the month. So you can see that money gets me excited. Isn't it such a Capricorn thing? Moving on from that, so I've put maybe like 15 rows in, 16 rows in here. Obviously income, you're not gonna have 16 sources of income. Maybe you might, I don't know. I certainly don't. So I put in like enough rows that I think people will use, but obviously if you need to add more, you can always just control or right click and do insert one above. And what that will do is just create a new row for you here. You'll just have to be mindful when you do that, that your formulas at the bottom still include it. So as you can see, this has still included it. So at the bottom here, we've got a total. So this totals everything in each of these monetary columns. So this has totaled all of our income to 1,695. If you want to check that's correct, if you highlight the columns and you look here, it automatically does a sum for you, and we can see that that is correct. So the formula for this is equal sum and then you do an open bracket and you do the start of the column, and then I usually just drag it down to the end. Some people like to do it individually and do B6 plus B7 plus B8 plus B9. I'm not here for that. That's very time consuming. I'm all about the drag and drop column. If you use a colon, that means so if I did B6 colon, which is what I've got, to B23, that means B from B6 and everything including and up to B23. So that's the quick version. So that's a nice equal sum. I'm sure everyone knows an equal sum formula, but if you do not, that is it. So that's our income. So next we have outgoing. So this essential monthly outgoing. So for example, you might have a gym membership, your phone bill, rent, food budget. So I always put my food in here, my food allowance for the month. So I try and stick to £60 a week for my partner and I. So I'll budget £240 for the month. I will just check each month that there isn't a 5 weekend month, because that will mean I have to add an extra £60, which would be 300. So just to be mindful, but I like to put this in here to keep me on track, because you can really waste a lot of money on food that you just don't need, and then you throw half of it out, and that to me is an absolute waste. I'm not here for it. I'm trying to be more minimalist. So I put a budget in for my food. I shop in Aldi. That's plenty, £60 for 2 people, and I get a lot of food for that. So I'll put food in. Let's just say I do have an expensive gym membership, but I also haven't put my full wage in. So let's just say you go to the gym group and you pay like £25 a month. Your phone bill might be like 20 quid. Rent, I don't know, either that's rent you pay to your mum and dad if you live at home still, or you're actually renting. For others, that might be a mortgage payment. There's a list of different things that this could be for you, just anything that comes out monthly, and I mean every single month. So Apple Music subscription, Amazon subscription, could be magazine subscription. This includes your bills, so like water bill, maybe your gas and electric, your phone bill, like your landline, or maybe I should put internet or broadband. I don't know how you want to say that. So literally everything that you spend in a month. If you're someone that smokes, give yourself a smoking budget and say, okay, I'm only going to spend £100 on cigarettes this month or monthly. That's what I'm going to try and stick to. Petrol, if you're someone that drives to work or you get the train, so travel maybe, factor in those and try and stick to a budget. You don't have to try and stick to a budget, or if you know that you on average fill up your tank maybe 3 times a month and your tank's about 40 quid a month, then I would put £120 in there. So just think about the things that you spend each month. Some things will be fixed, like bills, for example, and actual direct debits. Other things like food bills, petrol, cigarettes, things that you tend to buy ad hoc. They're not set, but you do buy them every month. Give yourself a ballpark figure, or look at what you spend on average and put that in there. If you do go over this figure, that will be eating into your splurge money, which I'll explain in a minute. So yeah, this is basically your outgoings. So let's just say, so all of your outgoings here come to £705, which is approximately nearly half of your income. So you know, okay, like 50% of my income goes on my outgoings. Then I've got ad hoc spend. So these are things that will come up in the month that I don't spend out on every month, but I have got to spend out for them, but they only happen once a year. So for example, car insurance, if you do it annually. So for me, car insurance would come up in here, unless like me, you save for that monthly, which I do. But you could put car insurance in here, or perhaps MOT, or if it's a friend's birthday, for example, you know you're gonna have to spend out for that. If you've got a night out where you're getting them a gift, could be parking, a parking fine maybe. Anything ad hoc in here. And I don't mean like going to the pub or anything like that, but it's just things that are like events or things that you know you have to pay for, that are one-offs, that are in here, that aren't included in like your enjoyment money, because nobody enjoys paying for like parking fine or whatever else. Again, you might think that a birthday, like if someone's got a birthday event and you have to pay out for that, you might not think that needs to go in there, but I like to put it in there to make sure I've got enough money for it, and then everything else outside that is whatever else. So you can also put things in here that you want to make sure you've got enough money for, so you factor it in. So let's just say MOT comes to, let's take MOT out because that's going to absolutely rinse us for the second, and I'm obviously just doing fake figures here. So let's just say it was like, I don't know, 50 quid for a birthday and your parking fine was 35. That would tell you your ad hoc income. I'm going to take this out for now, but just to show you what that column's for. So then we get to the savings goal. So the reason why I do mine a year in ahead, because I do plan ahead for things that I think I want to do and things that might cost money. So for example, a holiday. So you might be saving for a holiday. And I've put a goal column in here. So that goal for you, you might need to save £1,200. Now that can be just to pay your holiday off, or that could be to pay your holiday off and spending money. And you've worked out you've got 12 months to save for it. Sorry, losing my mind. The monthly is basically how much money you're going to save towards it. So let's just say you're going to save £100 a month because you've got 12 months to pay for it. This month you have, so I just do an equal solution here. So if I do equal bracket and then the cell number basically mimics whatever figures in that cell. So that's £100. So it's really annoying me. Some of my formatting keeps dropping. These are all supposed to be, you don't have to put the money pound in there. I just like to. As you can see here, that's 8.33% of our total goal that we've saved in this month. So then your second savings goal, you might be saving for a deposit or car. Sorry, my camera just stopped recording there. And then I usually just copy and paste the formulas down because that will just copy it down equally in that row. And then your car insurance, you might just be paying £50, you might just need, I don't know, £500 and you'll put £50 a month away for the next 10 months, I don't know, whatever. So this is our first month, so that will stay there. So this is all of your saving goals that you want to put to. As I said, it will tally up how much you're actually saving each month, so what's coming out of your money, and then it will also tally up how much you've actually saved. Now this is my favorite cell in the whole spreadsheet because after you've been going a few months and it'll be like 15 grand and you're like, woo, I'm rich. So this is, I just have that there purely for motivation actually, to be honest, so you can see how much you've saved collectively. If you're someone like me, I literally segment all of my savings into different money pots. I don't just have one universal saving pot because dangerous. How do you actually know what money is against what thing? So for me, I like to tally this up because it's nice to see it all in total sometimes, because as I said, mine's segmented. So once you've done your savings goals, then you have your credit card section. So if you don't have a credit card, then you have a very beautiful spreadsheet. But if you do have a credit card, so I'll always start with my opening balance. Let's just say you've got £2,000 on your credit card. And so I'll start with credit. So obviously each month you have to pay a minimum amount off. I personally try and zero my credit card every month, but obviously that's not always doable depending on what's come up, and maybe you've had to splash out for something and you needed to do it then, so you didn't have time to save, so you put it on your credit card. I don't know. But let's just say your minimum repayment was £100. So credit would be the minimum amount you paid off, and then after that I used to put everything more that if I had spent. So if I don't know, bought pizza on my credit card, why I would need to do that on my credit card? You shouldn't, because that's what your splurge money's for, and ideally once your splurge money's gone, that's it. You have to wait till you get paid, but you know, needs must sometimes. Let's just say you spent 25 quid on pizza and then you went shopping, I don't know, you spent money on Pretty Little Thing and you spent £150 shopping. Naughty, naughty. But let's just take that off because I'm not trying to rinse us. So basically, once you've done all that and you've planned out your month and you know what you're going to be paying off your credit card, for example, obviously you can add those extra things in if you want to keep a tab on how your money's spending. But I personally don't do that anymore because I went through a phase where I was using my credit card way too much and it became very, very hard to upkeep. So once you've done all that, you have a field here that says total expenses, and this basically sums up the ends of every column. So your total expenses will sum up all of your outgoing, all of your ad hoc, all of your savings money, and then anything that you've put on your credit card. Then your disposable income basically is your total income minus this total expenses. So this tells you what you've got left to play with your month. This is your splurge money, disposable income. You can do whatever you want with that £640 or whatever that is for you. Go to the pub, eat pizza, go shopping, buy makeup, whatever it is that you want to do. That's what that disposable income is for. That is your splurge money. So really, once you've run out of that for the month, you'll have to wait till you get paid. Otherwise you'll do the classic, what everyone does is, oh, I'll just take some money out of my savings. Why have you even got saving goals if you're going to keep taking money out of them? It is worth mentioning that you should have a float account. And that float account is basically your financial fires account. I personally like to keep a couple of grand in mine just in case things go wrong, so that you don't have to go on your credit card. I'm still building mine up at the moment, so I appreciate that people don't just have a couple of grand lying around. Don't worry, neither do I. So just build that up every month, make that as part of your savings goal. So even if something goes wrong and you've only got a couple £100 quid, that might be all you need and that will save you. So have a float account account and just save money in there to making sure you're covering yourself. So that's that. So as you can see, I've just added new figures. That's just, these have all changed as well. So every time you add, this will auto calculate for you. So once you've done 1 month, I will duplicate the spreadsheet and I will do a second month. So April, this would be May. So let's just update all of our figures. And this is where some of the more complicated income comes in. So let's just say that you didn't have your ad hoc job this week. So you just had benefits and there are all of your things. You didn't have any ad hoc spend this month, for example, but you've got all of these. So if let's just say you save the same amount every month, which ideally you should, like keep this regimented if you can. Some months I get that you might have some ad hoc things in. It means you might not be able to save as much because you literally won't have any like splurge money to live on. Fine. This spreadsheet though should account for all of your main living expenses, all of your essentials. So your splurge money is really just your money for fun, which some months you might not have that. That's just life. So what I would do here is, now we've got a second month, I want this figure to update every time I change something in a previous month. Let's just say actually I get to this month and I've realised, crap, I can't put £100 away this month. I can only put £80 away. I want that to update the backlog going backwards, so that if I jump to the end of the year, I don't think actually I've got all the money. I think, like if I didn't do that, it might think like next month wouldn't start from the right figure. Let me do the formula. So you do equal sum. So you go back to the last month's saved. So this is what your total amount saved is. And then I'll do the plus figure. And then I plus this month's saved money. So you've got the amount, total amount saved from last month. So where we were up to last month, plus the amount you're putting in this month. So now that says £200. So we had £100 saved last month. We're paying £100 into it this month, which means we have £200. Now if I did this again, let's just say April, May, I've got June here. And actually this month, so what you'll need to do here is you'll need to change it. So the reason why I say keep your tabs regimented, instead of having to go and click back everything, you can just put the name of the last month's tab in, which is May 20, and the cell should be the same if you've got them all in the same place. Let's just say we get to May and actually realise we can only put £50 in. So this has now changed that to 150. I don't want June to now still say 300 because it thinks that this month's 200, because now all we've saved this month is 150. So as you can see, it's updated all of my backlog, like anything after that month as well, which is what we want. So once you've done that, you can just copy your formula down each row and that will copy accordingly. So now I've updated this, you'll probably find that June should then be higher. So as you can see, it all updates and it's relative, and each month that you do this, it will keep working out how much of your goal you've saved as a percentage. So towards our holiday, in 3 months, we're 20% into our goal. So that's just a nerdy fact that I like. If you really don't care about the percentage, you can delete that column out. But that's what that's for, and you'll want to do the same with your opening balance. So for May, we want our opening balance to be, actually this isn't even an equal sum, this is just an equal. So our opening balance will be whatever our closing balance was the month before. I hope that makes sense. So whatever your credit account balance was last month will be what you're opening with this month, so that when you pay money off, this can update accordingly. So if I just copy this cell over to here, and then I just need to change the spreadsheet month to May because we're now in June. As you can see, that will keep updating. So if you pay more off, so let's just say we paid £300 off this month, our closing balance is updated to 1600, which means it should now say 1600 on June, our next month, which you can see it does. So that's how that works, and that's what those formulas are. Formulas don't really get any more complicated than that. That's all you really need to know. As I've said, if you need to insert a row, you can right click and press insert one above, and that should keep all of your formulas intact because they're column formulas. And that's it really. That's pretty much the spreadsheet. So as you can see, depending on what you put in each month, this changes. So it is all quite responsive. If you find that there's a cell that's not quite working properly or it's not adding up, do just send me a message and let me know. It's probably just a formula tweak and I can help you through that. Or if you find that you need to add a column, if you've got something extra in there, maybe you're an investor or something and you, I don't know, whatever it is that you need to tweak it for, if you're not particularly Excel savvy, do just let me know. But that's it for today's video. I really hope that you gained something valuable from it and that you will find that useful. As I said before, I will link the template in the description box for you so you can create a copy of that for yourself. If you do start using the sheet or enjoy using the sheet, if you are someone that already uses it, as I have shared this with other people previously from my jobs and just my friends, etc., please do let me know. I would love to hear your feedback and how you get on with it. Equally, if you find that you're having any trouble with it or you're not quite sure how to adapt the spreadsheet to your situation, please do just reach out and give me a message. You can leave it in the comment section below, but I would recommend sending me a private message on my Instagram, which is @CheneyParsons, and I'll be more than happy to help you. As I said before, this channel is about building a community of like-minded individuals who are dedicated to growing and learning and sharing their knowledge along the way. It's all about sharing the things that work for you. Let's help each other get to their destination quicker, and equally us get to ours quicker. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload, which is every single Saturday. As I mentioned just a minute ago, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is @CheneyParsons, which I'll also leave a link in the description box below for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week.